What's up, guys? How you doing? Where's Kevin? Over here at the waterfall. It's hot today. They say it's going to be 38, 101 degrees. But luckily there's a tiny breeze. I'm not sweating yet. I think I'm really getting used to this heat. Other day I was out making some videos of the fish, which is on my other channel, koi carp fish, which is on my other channel, and I was standing there and I'm like quite hot, and I watched a Thai guy in the shade rubbing his face with a cloth because he was sweating so much. I'm like, well, I'm a lot bigger than you and not sweating as much as you, so I was very pleased. Anyway, it's a nice day, nice and sunny. See how strong the sun looks? So I come up here. This is what I did a while ago. Remember I told you I wanted to cover this in water sealer before I changed the tarp, because at the end of the day I knew that piece was going to stick out, and when it rained it was going to get wet and hold water because there's a lip on the front. And the point of the lip, well, when the pipe comes in across the back, it dumps the water through all the holes which I'll put in, and it'll come forward, and this will hopefully calm it. And I made this as level as I can, so the water will then pour over the front and go down into the waterfall. It's a long way. It's like two meters or something. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that, where it's holding the water. So you don't want cement to be there because, well, it is cement, but you don't want it to just be clean cement, because that's going to destroy the cement. But because it's covered, it protects it. So my plan is to get the waterproofing stuff and bring it over here. First I got to clean, because it's a mess first, and then once it's all clean I can then start putting that sealer on. This is the one next to the lady. So what I'm going to do is take the cover off of the lady up to where her hands are, and then cover probably from the left there across here, and then I got to go all the way up to the top, because that's where the water is going to come out of those holes. See, not that one. I closed that one. I'm going to close that one off, I think. Maybe I can let it roll down, but paint the whole wall with the sealer, because that's going to get wet every day the pump comes on. And I've already put some here. See how it changes the color? So that will all be covered, and the plant pot I'm going to cover that too, so that the because that's going to be a little bit moist all the time. So that's the plan. And in here the water is going to come down that chute into there and shoot into here. So I want to paint that also. And then over here, in there, and down here, and these two plant pots. That's for my plan for today. I don't know if I'm going to get it done because of the heat, but so far still no sweating. So let's see what I can get done. Anyway, I'm going to put my camera in the workshop because I don't want it to get covered in dust, and I don't want it to get hot. So hot. So I'll get on, and then I'll show you a little bit as I go, okay? So the lady's back out. What do you think? I uncovered her today. I was going to wait and do this and do that and do this and do that, and I'm like, you know something? Just get on with it, man. It doesn't have to be perfect, ready for like a clinical trial or something. So I've tidied the walls up. I've cleaned all in here up. Got all the loose stuff up and brought this stuff over to seal it. And like I said before, I wasn't sure what to do, but this is it sealed, so it's not too shiny. You can see it there. In places it's darker in my test areas. You see on the wall it's lighter, and down there it's darker. See that? So I'm guessing here you can see the difference here too. See? There's like a line. So the idea is, I think I'm just going to paint it on. Start from the top and paint it on. I guess I'll use this as a line. Come down here and paint the whole inside, because it's going to get wet from rain, but that's not so important. What's important is where the water sits. So this is like the best one. So the water can sit in there without damaging the cement. Act as a pond, if you like. So I think I'm going to get on, and I cleaned her all up. Cleaned all the cobwebs and mud daubers and everybody else off her. So she's pretty clean. So I thought, seal it now before anybody... Look, somebody's trying to come in. There's a wasp up there trying to get on it again. So just paint it on. So what I'll do is I'll get busy, and then I'll come back and show you how far I get. I think I bit off more than I can chew. I said I wanted to get all this done and all across the front and part of the cave. Well, I've been out here probably close to 3 hours, and all I got done is this. You see, I covered the lady to the left of her, above her, all the way across to the right. Where it's white there to her right, or her left, our right, that white area is actually covered, and in here it's all covered. So I think I might give this another coat, because you can see there it's like it's soaked in. So I'll give the base of this here, this is a pond, so I'll give it a second coat. Let it dry for a couple of days, and then say from her just above her knees to there, I'll cover it all again, make sure it's sealed. If you look up here, I give that 2 coats, and it hasn't rained properly for like a week, and there's still water up there. It's rained a little bit, but there's water sitting on top and not soaking in, so it's working. So I'll let this dry for like 4 or 5 days, and I'll come back and recoat that there. The plant pot's done in there. That's where some ferns are going to go. So if you can visualize the ferns coming out of there in front of the lady. Jan was just over here looking at the color. She said, looks good, leave it as it is. So it looks like I won't have to paint too much, but what I'll do is I'll get some natural sponge and cut it into like 2-inch round pieces, and you get some small pots of different color paint, and you can use that, you know, dabble it on a piece of cardboard or something until you get the right texture, and then dab it on the wall and let it dry. That'll be like, you know, algae or moss or stuff like that, just to give it a little bit of color. But I was gonna, you know, I've been struggling what color to paint it, but by putting that waterproofing on it, it's actually made it look quite nice. So it doesn't need a lot of color in it now. It's going to have plants in it too, so that'll break it up. Water's going to come down there too, down that chute. So that's all protected now. And I've done a little bit on the front. So I'm pretty happy now. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to cover the whole front with this stuff here that I bought. It's 750 baht a liter, a can, sorry, a gallon, so it's like 3.85 liters, something like that. But from there, all across here will be the same color, same, I'll use the same stuff. It was hot today, 101, 102, but there was a little breeze, not now. But I sweat, but not as half as much as I used to. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. So we're on it, we're getting it done. Look after yourselves, guys. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy and kindness. All the very best.